Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Katie Lee. Welcome to the Never Too Late show. As you all know, Italy has been entering the entire country's in lockdown. And in 4 days, I've received numerous Facebook messages. And it all starts like, how you doing? What's on your mind? Coronavirus. Right, I mean, something else. Cancer? No, come on. You only have one word to say? Having cancer during coronavirus? No, something less pessimistic. Let's talk about something positive. Okay. Looking Asia, living in Italy during coronavirus periods, dating on Tinder. Hi. Okay, so I know a lot of you stay at home, and my friend John says, if you cannot find what you are looking for, you should just create one. And I know a lot of, like my favorite show from Trevor Noah and Stephen Colbert, they close up. So I guess I'm just doing what I can now. Okay. My grandpa says, to understand a person's character, you will have to see the true persons during the crisis. And that's how we see how everybody deals with the crisis. Let's start with China. At the end of December, the coronavirus happens. And then in China, what did the Chinese government say? No, everything's in control. We are very in control. Everything's under control. There's no problem here. We're just in control. Really? Then he arrived in Taiwan in the middle of January. What the government says? This is your captain speaking, people. There seems to be a storm ahead. We don't know what it is. We don't know what will happen. We don't know how bad it is. To be honest with you, there are 23.6 million people, and we only have 1,016 negative pressure isolation rooms. 80% of our masks produced in China, while they have locked down the factories. There's only 20% of masks we can produce at the moment. So please buckle up your seatbelt, stay at your seat, put on the mask before you can help the other people. We're gonna get through this together. We will suspend all the entertainment in flight and the shopping. So what do Taiwanese people do? We put on our masks, we help our other people, and then we're trying to fly through the storms while we're out of the WHO. Then he arrived Japan. What really happened in Japan? I talk in a very direct way, and every time when I work with Japanese, I'm really scared. When the number goes up to some points, what Japanese do? Wait. The chief of the disease control, you just commit suicide? No way, I still need you to solve the problems. What am I supposed to do now? It's exactly the same thing happened in Korea. When people feel so guilty, there's no way they can face the rest of the world. In order to be responsible, they kill themselves. And this is not a joke. It's really not. But then what Koreans following to do, they just massively check everyone. They have this drive-through. You can just drive and check if you have a coronavirus. There's a telephone booth test that nobody needs to touch anyone. You go into the booth and then they get the samples from you. Well, all the other words like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Did you see the numbers going up? What are you massively checking the people? It doesn't matter if you're having coronavirus. It doesn't matter if there's numbers going up or not. You have it. Don't look at the number anymore. It doesn't make sense. Then after 2 months in Asia, finally arrived Italy. What did the Italian government say at the beginning? Let's just stay calm. Let's just stay calm. Let's just stay calm, people. 3 times, and maybe more than 3 times. I never trust anybody who said that more than 3 times to me. Imagine you find something strange on your skin, and then you don't know what is that, and it may be a lump, maybe it's not a lump. You go into the doctor, and the doctor say, yeah, let's do some tests, and then we'll see what's going on. Doctors come out with the test reports, and then it's like, well, let's just stay calm. And then you start thinking, well, Shouldn't I have stayed home? Should I stayed home? What are you reading? What is going on? Can you tell me what is going on? What did you see? We don't know. Then the media starts saying 80% of people will be cured in 2 days. 95% of patients fully cured at the end. Only 2% of death rates. Everything's fine. I never heard about any of this in Asia when it has been happening in Asia for 2 months. Have you been following the news in China? Have you been following the news in Singapore? Have you following the news in Japan? Where did you get this number? Who told you? Who? WHO? Who cares? Okay, next one. Only if you're over 75, you are the target, you are the risk group. So if you're more than 75, stay at home. If you're less than 75, you can go out. We are Italian. There are a lot of people are more than 75. And there are more people living with their parents who's more than 75. Italians never leave their parents' house. So you're telling me that if I'm under 75, I can just go out and come home with the mask, with the virus. I got blocked by so many friends because when I see them go out for the party in the past 2 months, I just leave a hashtag grandparent murderer. And I'm sure a lot of people block me for that. But it is, what are you thinking? There, you would not necessarily have the symptom. It's like a play Russian rulers. Either you got serious problems or you are contagious but have no symptoms. There's only 2 possibilities. And you don't know which one are you. And nobody tell you anything about the mask. Have you seen Asians been wearing the mask? Seriously? Ever since 2003 when it starts outbreak. As Asia, we have this panic thing about if I feel sick, I wear a mask. If anything happens, I wear a mask. This is a very common sense. I've been arguing this with a lot of my friends. I say, listen, it's really just like wearing a condom. It does not protect you 100%. No, but if you wear that correctly, and if you remember to change that and not recycling, reuse them, you have at least 60-70% protection, isn't that? You don't know if you have disease. You don't know if the other person have disease. But if you have any contact, you wear condoms. Simple rules. It's not difficult to understand. And then my friends say, I don't know. I don't wear condom. Why would I discuss with the people who doesn't even understand condom thing? Then, when the entire Europe starts saying, oh, okay, can this be Italian style of drama? Why are they panicking in this way now? Maybe, Italy sometimes look like a third world country. No. It arrived France. The government said nothing. It doesn't seem very important. It's exactly the same thing like what we've been saying. Then you take a group of people work in the Louvre, and then they say, non, c'est mon droit. I'm not going to work. This is my right. Then the government starts changing. It's always like that. In France, it takes the people who start the revolution. Then you arrive in Germany. The government have this tendency to be dead honestly. And then they just say, 70% of you gonna be infected and we don't have a solution. The Germans just say, okay. Without panicking, without drama, they just accept the fact. Jump through the 5 stages of grief. Isn't there 5? Denial and isolation, which we all are in isolation. Anger is all your fault. Then go into the depression. Oh my God, this is the end of the world. Let's just buy the toilet paper. And then 5, acceptance. And then it comes to Swiss. Really, the Swiss says, oh, I don't know, we're neutral. Yes, we all know you are neutral. But it's exactly the same thing. Look, by the beginning, we called the virus Wuhan virus. Okay, it's like the Spanish flu. Let's just pretend it started there, so we call that. Then people start calling it Chinese virus. Until today, there's still some people calling it Chinese virus. Then we start calling it, maybe it's the Asian virus, it's the Oriental thing, it's really far east. Then some people say it's just Italian virus, plus with Italian drama. Then people say it's a European thing, the old continent. There's something going on, the sense of supremacy maybe, as if the virus can recognize the skin color differences. I don't think the virus knows. And to be honest with you, by far there's no professional verifies that fact. And England, I don't know what to say. They came out and said, it's like in every war, we lost some lives. Please say goodbye to your loved ones and carry on, people. Say goodbye to loved ones. My sister lives in London. I call my sister and say, excuse me, what's going on? Are you okay? England has gone through Brexit for months and years. They've been watching you. The second day you got the vote results, and then people got in the interview and say, I didn't know that was true. I would just vote for fun. I thought it was a joke. Can we vote again? No, you can't vote again. You vote for this guy? You can vote again. It's the second time you're doing the same thing. Why? It's your fault and it's your responsibility. Then it arrives America. What am I supposed to say? This and all of the above, everything I already say, is like Groundhog Day, that you've been seeing that for I don't know how long, for 2 months actually. It started at the end of December in China. And if you just start realizing you enter this whole quarantine things, welcome. Because most of the world is in the quarantine, stay at home alone thing now. There are a few things you might want to know, and if you don't watch the news, I'll give you some updates. The second day that we had a quarantine, there are news coming out. There's one guy driving like a madman, crossing towns, and stopped by the policeman, and the policeman asked him, "Sir, where are you going?" And then he says, "I have these necessities that I need to go and find these things to save life." PlayStation number 4. What? Why? I stuck in my home with my 3 kids. I never spent time with them. Now I have to stuck with them for 3 weeks. I need something. Then they find out this man emotionally panicking attack, running around on the streets, and then they say, "Sir, please stay home. You need to stay home, okay? You need to. Just be safe." No, I'm not going back to my house. You never know. That woman's completely insane. I'll never spend 1 more second with her. I would rather die outside with the coronavirus, but I'm not going back to my house. Yes. Let me read you something. Divorce rate spikes across China after couple spend too much time together during coronavirus home quarantine. Make sure you spend your life with somebody good. Make sure you choose the right person for the quarantine. It's a basic lesson. And if you want divorce right now, get in line. The line is longer than the people who try to get a toilet paper. And another thing, I know you're panicking and you're thinking you're going to isolate yourself for a really long time. I don't understand the whole story about the toilet paper. It does not save you from your life. China has been quarantined for a long time. You haven't heard anything missing. There's no toilet paper missing. There's no food missing. The only reason you are buying is because just to reduce your human contact and your frequency outside in the supermarket. It's very simple. Let's look about what are the things that's been missing and sold out. There's a long line in Amsterdam outside of the coffee shop. And clearly the logic is, if this is the end of the world, I'm gonna end high. In Italy, the sex toys are sold out. I'm sorry. And after the 4 days in quarantine, Pornhub, good company. Make announcement say if you are connecting our website from Italy, you have free access to every possible porn you can find. There's a saying in Italy, not all the bad things come out bad or bring something bad. Yes, let's look at the history. In 14th century, when the plague happened, do you still remember or did you read about it? It's the Chinese boats arrive in Venice and bring the plague. And that's what the word quarantine is originally Italian. It's about 40 days. At the end of the plague, we got the Renaissance. But what I want to say is, if by the end of this whole thing, there is no second Renaissance, I'll be really pissed. So please wear your mask and a condom. I'll leave you with this last quote, and I think it's really important. If you're like a lot of people out there, single, stay at home alone, going through this period, we don't know how long. Italians say 25 days. French people say 45 days. Americans say maybe it's 8 weeks. I probably will see you in autumn. The quote is, if you feel lonely, alone, you are really in a bad company. Please be safe, and I send love from Italy.